Indy, you ever sang a love song for your wife, boy?
No, why singing for she for?
Gosh. You want to... So how you go about having a romantic mood? What do? You read a chapter
Now,
from...
once you could feed Kimberly, you're good to go.
Serious?
Yeah.
That's something like Mama Lou, boy. That's something like you could feed Mama Lou and she only go, you know.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, my Mama Lou. I'm sorry she wasn't here with us, eh? She'd have been really happy to be up here, see you working hard.
Hey, thanks for your help.
Yeah.
Thanks for your help. So I know you have a particular topic you want to talk about.
Yes, I know. You're hungry or what? You want to get inside?
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
That way to my heart too, you know.
You wait till your heart. Mine's too. I have been thinking these past days about this question of IQ. Having an IQ, right? Now, they say that you can measure your IQ. Anybody could do it. You take your mental age, you divide it by your chronological age, and you multiply the answer by 100. Okay, let's take, for instance,
So
I'm
wait,
70.
if my mental age is 7, how you just work it out?
Well, you multiply it by your
Actual age.
actual age.
And then what? Divided by 100?
No. You divide it. You divide it by your mental age is divided by your chronological age. Multiply by 100.
Right.
For instance, I'm 75.
So I have an IQ about 980.
But you're extremely good. But take me for instance, right? I'm 75. I don't believe I am more than that mentally, right? I am not higher mentally. So you divide that by 75. And I come up with 100. 75 and 75 is 1. Right? I come out to be 100. But 100 is the benchmark for the average person.
Okay.
So, like the older you get, is the more you decrease, your IQ decreases.
Oh, that's what I presented?
No, that's why I presented.
Okay. No, but your IQ high?
100.
Because you say your mental capacities are 75-year-old?
Well,
Is
if I
there
can...
something right with that formula?
Yeah, your mental age. Okay, let us say you are now 50. You 50?
No.
Where you are?
42, but looking like 60.
Well, so therefore your mental age is not looking. Your mental age is 60 divided by 40. How much?
But they must have a scientific way to determine your mental age. I don't know if I'm dragging this on too long. Am I?
Me, you know if you're dragging it on too long. But that is the formula they have given. That's the formula that has been given. Your mental age, like if a person is 9 years old, but he's like 11 years old, right? He's up. What happened to you, why?
Nothing.
You throwing me off, man. You know?
I feel we strayed a little too long starting by your recording.
No, me ain't starting over no recording, man.
For real?
No.
No, because I feel like I've taken too long to get into the meat and potatoes and what I want to present.
That what we having for lunch?
No.
Meat and potatoes?
No. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if you feel any same way.
No, I ain't feeling the same way. I get a little confused trying to explain this thing to you.
Yeah, I feel so. I feel you started over.
Here where we starting it over. We starting it over by arriving
Yeah, let's stop your recording.
No, we ain't stopping nothing. We going through with it. I love it.
You think your audience gonna love it?
Me, you know. I hope my audience, the IQ high.
Or the IQ very low.
Okay.
Tolerate it.
Your mental age, right, is divided by your chronological age. And you are multiplying that by 100, wherever you come up with. Right?
Right.
But up to 100 is your average IQ. My big question is, do you really need a high IQ in terms of marriage? Now, we're talking here about your partner. Do you need to consider reasoning, logic, problem solving? You could get around these things? Or is it simply that you marry somebody and you take them as they come? What first attracted you, for instance, to your spouse?
Kimberly mother could real cook, boy.
That is it? So wait a minute.
What happened the first time I meet Kimberly, right?
Yeah.
She bring a bowl of duck that she want to cook with. And I tell myself, I say, this look like a good family to get into, boy. How could I tell the duck seasoned highly?
Uh-huh.
And it had plenty oil and it was tasty.
Uh-huh.
So I said, this look like a family to just cook with a lot of love. And I thought it would be a good investment to continue the relationship.
And it has proven itself.
Yeah, well, fortunately,
Uh-huh.
yeah. No, but okay. Kim and I know each other for a very long time. You asked about attraction there, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes, there is from the time I met Kimberly, I found that Kimberly has a very tender spirit. Kimberly is very friendly. Kimberly is very easy to be around, and I get the impression for other people to be around as well. At least the ones who I see her around. So I definitely was attracted to that. And but I would say, and it's something I've said already, that while we were dating, my IQ in terms of being sensitive to someone else's feelings and maybe the feelings that could differ between male and female, being a young man, she being a young girl, where my headspace was, my IQ was very, very low. And by having a low IQ, not applying things like logic, what some of the things you call?
Logic, well, reasoning, logic, problem solving, appreciation,
Right. So because my IQ was very low at that point in time, and my IQ is still low, but I know it has gone up a notch or two.
And that's because of Kimberly? Or that's because of your growth?
That's because of giving more consideration to reasoning and logic.
Okay, right. Good.
So because I suspect that her IQ at the point where we met in the early phases of our relationship was a lot higher than mine, and still is. But by her IQ being higher, unfortunately, I put her in a lot of situations where she had to tolerate things, You tolerate and you pop with nonsense. You can pop with a lot of nonsense with me. And so I attribute that to stay in line with the topic here, to having a low IQ in the relationship. I really do. And I could see where through concerted effort on my part, on our part, that the relationship has improved. Hopefully for her as well, So yeah, IQ, in terms of using that logic and that reasoning and sensitivity to other people's feelings. Emotional intelligence, I don't know if that's the word.
Yes.
But
yes.
It definitely plays a role.
I would say the same thing about Mama Lou. I was highly attracted to Mommy's sensitivity to relationships. Her friends, the people she lived with, the people she worked with, and even now the neighbors. She puts herself last. Mama Lou really puts herself last. I would say the same thing about Lasana. I would say the same thing about the rest of the kids that we have had. They have picked up this genes that you give out. You really give out. And it's not a question of giving out that you will have something in return, but that you can extend yourself to others. I have seen this in you, Lindy. I've seen it in Lasana a lot. I've seen it in Lisa and Liba, right? We are able. This is not patting the family on the back, This is looking at something, as you said, emotional intelligence, feelings, right? Feelings, yeah. So I was highly attracted to Mommy's. She's a natural, and I think Kim is very much a natural, right? I believe that there are other members in the family and all around who can be natural also. And it's nice when your children pick up this and they can go along with it. You know what I mean? I mean, for instance, look at that beautiful flower there that's left, right? That beautiful yellow blossom. It's the only one more or less left on the tree. One, two little pieces left. But you know something, Linda? The beauty continues to show, and it can be appreciated. Let me just turn this a little bit there to show folks what I'm talking about, right? I don't know. You seen it there?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
It's the only one more there, and a little piece right in front here. So, you know, and it doesn't, that is not taking any high IQ to exist there, you know. That's not doing that at all. That is just in a fixed place, and it's the last, you could say, before it ebbs out of existence. So now, my friend, they say the 5 measures of intelligence. One is verbal comprehension. Does that mean to say that when we discuss something, we understand what each other is saying and not get mixed? I feel one of the problems in marriage too is that we misunderstand. Let me bring it home to the singular. Sometimes I could misunderstand, and I must apologize publicly to Mama Lou, because if she tells me something and I misunderstand it, you know, it throws a different spin on your language, your discussion, right? Do you grasp everything that somebody tells you, your wife tells you, off the cuff, or do you have to, hey, I wonder where this is coming from? Do you do that?
I think I am a little too quick to talk, and when you're too anxious to talk, because you're just waiting on your turn to talk, your comprehension goes down, because you're just thinking about what you're going to say next, versus just truly listening. I remember when I was doing the podcast and doing research on good interview techniques and whatnot, one of the things that came up consistently was when someone is speaking and they pause, and it's obviously your turn to talk, you know, give it a minute, give it a second or two before you actually respond. And I remember interviewing a guy who paused for at least 2 seconds. He wanted to be sure that he heard the question, you had finished speaking, and then he would answer. In fact, when I was speaking to him, I remember that pause being a little bit of a throw off to me. But he was taking the time to really understand what was being said along the lines of verbal comprehension. So it's something that I know I need to practice a little bit more in chatting with you, in chatting with your wife. Yeah, it's a helpful technique.
Yes, it is. It is. The next one I would like to talk about is working memory. A working memory. I don't know exactly what is meant by a working memory, but is it that it is an active memory? And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Sometimes we lose sight. Now let's put back again in the single. I hate to talk in plural. Sometimes I could lose sight of good times I have had. Not only with Mama Lou, but with others. And memories are really precious. So that if my memory is not working in favor of keeping alive something that was precious to me, I could lose it. I could lose a further relationship. So a working memory of good days. You see, we kind of swamped in this life, this present life, right? I had an aunt in the old days, and most of the family gone, and she probably had about 16 children, and her little sphere would have been, right, taking care of all these children. But they grew up with a close-knit relationship, that these boys used to come up here, even their sisters. They were not so much taken up in those days with the element of all the pressures around. their family life was given to togetherness. And every time they appeared in Quora, it was like a working memory. Hey, we had good days here the last time we were here, so we need to go back up there again. And they were keeping the spin going. Okay? If you in marriage forget your good days, you forget your good days. For instance, you haven't forgotten how good Kim could cook.
What, oh, sorry, what you said?
Your memory drifting,
No,
man. You're drifting.
she
You're
keep-
tired. You're
no,
tired.
no. I violated. That was me. No,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
talking about working memories,
Right,
so
right.
I can't joke and I say what you say.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I haven't forgotten.
You have forgotten, right?
No.
It doesn't take a high IQ to sing a love song, eh? I'm going to sing you a line there, and I'm dedicating this line to Mama Lou.
But then I should sing it when I go home.
No, I'm going to sing it here, and we go play it for Mama Lou. Because I might forget it by the time I reach home. My IQ ain't great, you know.
All right, let me hear it with a working memory.
When somebody loves you, it's no good unless they love you all the way. Happy to be near you when you need someone to cheer you all the way. Taller than the tallest trees, that's how it's gotta be if it's real. For when somebody loves you, it's no good unless they love you. So I get a little emotional there.
When that song from? 1895?
1895, boy.
Where you first hear that song?
I heard that song here in Cora, boy,
Huh?
in a transistor radio. You know that transistor radio?
Yes.
Yeah. That little device that we used to have in homes.
That's where like a radio believe is that TV or something.
What? What?
Some people might get.
Yeah. Yeah. But you see, it doesn't take a real high IQ in marriage to really love somebody, eh? You love them. And all this chat we were given there about high IQs, it's nice to talk about high IQs, but with love, you don't really need a high IQ. You just need a recognition that somebody loves you and they do all they can to make you happy. And that's why when they love you all the way. You know? You don't have to be a great singer. You don't have to be a philosopher. You don't have to be a writer. You just have to be in love. In love, especially, Lyndon, as you're growing older. You know, you're growing older, biological changes are coming, both you and your spouse. But you must let this working memory work for you. We've had good days, good years. We remember what we were like children with our parents, and your children will remember what you are now to them. And when they are grown and gone, it's just you and Mama left. You know that? And that's when your memory should be at its sharpest, because ill health will come. As you grow older, you know, these changes bring ill health. So, Lyndon, thank you very much for being here and for the little work we have done.
You know, I could relate to what you're saying there. Last night was the Diwali celebration at Haley and Anna's school.
Yeah.
So we went, fantastic event. The children, they enjoyed dressing up with the saris and whatnot, and playing with the little friends and fun snaps and starlight. Kimberly volunteered, and behind the scenes with about 4 other parents, they were frying fries that would be sold. And I was looking at, Kimberly was wearing a yellow outfit, yellow bangles, and I was looking at her over this big iron pot, firecracker, and her pouring the fries and the woman interacting. And there was a moment where sitting on a bench observing, as I usually do. It was just really pleasant to look at her for a minute or two and say, hey, you know, this is, I am happy for the times when she had a high IQ and it helped the relationship survive, because I feel a strong sense of blessing. And what they say, a good wife is a gift from God. This is that something in the Bible, right? You know, I really do feel like, I know that I have a good wife, and I was just happy in that moment to experience that.
Yes, that's good.
So
That's good. So, what's on the agenda now?
I'll go inside and sing a love song for Kimberly from 1895.
Thank you very much, Lyndon. And thank you, folks, for being here.